Have you seen my new dress? You know, the black one with a slit up the thigh? It has a low dipped back as well. I can't find it. It was in my room, in a bag hanging up in my wardrobe, so I don't know where it could have got to.
You mean the one you got the other day when we went shopping and it was like half price?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I took it.
Huh? What do you mean you took it?
Exactly what I said. I took the dress for myself.
Why?
Well, because I wanted it.
You knew that I bought that dress for tonight. I told you how this was a really important night for me. I've got a date with the man who I've been crushing on for the longest time. I wanted to look as good as I possibly could, which is why I bought the dress. This could literally be the man who I marry, and I want to make a good impression on him. You literally have no idea how much I actually like this man. You need to give me back my dress right now. I mean, why did you even take it? You're not going anywhere to wear it. You didn't even ask me if you could borrow it either.
You knew that I liked that dress, but you acted incredibly selfishly and took it for yourself.
What?
Yeah, when we were shopping, I saw the dress and I thought that it looked nice. But then you went and bought it, and it was the last one in my size. Not to mention that the store lady said that they weren't getting any more of that particular dress back in, so I couldn't go back to buy it. Also, I would never be caught dead wearing the same thing as you. So I couldn't very well order myself the dress offline knowing you had it too. So I decided I was going to take it because you took it from me first, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't wearing the same thing as you.
You never liked that dress. When you saw it, you said it looked cheap and tacky, and you swore you would never wear something with so little class. Apparently, your style is jean, short shorts, and a bra, given what you bought that day. You only want the dress now because I liked it and bought it for myself. It's so typical of you. You always get jealous over whatever I have, and you take it for yourself. But I'm not going to let you walk all over me this time. You need to give it back now.
I'm not giving it back. You stole it from me first. I was only saying that it was a horrible dress so that you didn't buy it for yourself. I was going to go back for it later. So, if anything, you're the selfish one. You should have known I actually wanted the dress.
I'm not arguing with you anymore about this, Debbie. I only have a couple of hours to get ready for my date. So either you can bring me the dress in the next 5 seconds, or I'm coming into your room and grabbing it myself.
Well, you can have it anyway. I tried it on and it just didn't look right. I tried modifying it, but nothing made it fit properly. So there might be a few tears in it. Oh, and I think I might have gotten some pink nail varnish on it when I painted my nails. Oops.
Are you kidding me? You've ruined my dress? How could you do that to me? It cost me a lot of money. That's it. I'm coming to get my dress to see exactly what you've done. And I'm telling Mom.
Whatever. As if Mom is going to be bothered. You know that I'm the favorite. She doesn't care what I do. I'm really not going to be in any trouble at all.
Nuh-uh. You've gone too far this time. She'll definitely have something to say this time.
Yeah, okay. You keep thinking that.
Phoebe, how dare you steal your sister's things? I did not raise you to be like that.
What? Mom, I didn't steal anything. Debbie was the one who took my dress. The one I bought the other week, you know? I showed it to you. She went into my room and took it, and now it's totally ruined. She's ripped it and spilt nail varnish on it, and there's no way I can wear it now. Do you realize how important this evening actually is for me?
Hang on, is tonight the night of your date with that man who you've had a crush on for ages?
Yes!
Oh, well, that doesn't mean that you can't share your things though. I'm sure she didn't mean to ruin it. She probably just wanted to try it on to see if it would suit her, so that she could get one if she liked it. I know she wouldn't actually destroy it on purpose. It's just a big accident.
Ugh, you always take her side. It might not matter to you, but I am fed up of Debbie taking what she wants when she wants it. There's no way I can wear this dress now. I'm going to have to wear a different one, which won't make the same impression on him. So from now on, I'm going to get a lock on my door, and if Debbie manages to take anything of mine, I'm just going to go into her room and take it back, regardless of whether she wants me in her room or not.
There's no need to be so dramatic. Look, next time maybe just ask nicely. Debbie's not unreasonable. Besides, it's been rough for her lately, breaking up with her boyfriend and all, so we need to be a bit more understanding.
Mom, making excuses for her isn't going to help her. Her so-called rough patch is entirely her fault. She cheated on her boyfriend. I'm actually glad he had the sense to leave when he found out. Besides, it doesn't give her the right to take my things simply because she's bored.
Now, you're just being cruel. Things were complicated between her and Jake. So your little sister made a mistake. She's only human. It happens. Just like with your dress. You just need to forgive her and move on. It's the best thing to do.
When she apologizes, then I'll forgive her. Anyway, I need to go now if I'm going to make it to the dinner on time, especially considering I've got to sort out a whole new outfit. I'll be back later.
So I take it your dinner went well the other week?
Huh? Oh, yeah, it went amazingly. We really hit it off. I've been seeing him pretty much every day for the last 2 weeks. We can't get enough of each other.
Uh-huh, sure. I'm also guessing this new boy toy of yours bought you a new car? Yeah?
What on earth are you on about?
Well, I just noticed that you seem to have a new car. And it's an incredibly fancy and expensive one at that. There's no way you could have afforded to buy that yourself. So I'm guessing your boyfriend got it for you? I have to admit, that's pretty smart. To get some rich guy to buy you what you want. Shame I didn't think of it first.
Oh, you mean the Aston Martin in the garage?
Yeah, obviously. There aren't any other fancy cars around, are there?
It's not mine.
I'm not stupid. I know it's yours. There's no way mom or dad could afford something like that. And the only thing that's changed recently is you've started dating that guy. I mean, looking at you, he must be pretty desperate. You're not the prettiest girl around, so if he's bribing you to be with him with a car like that, imagine what he'd buy for me to be his girlfriend.
He's not bribing me to be with him. And he's not desperate at all. He's incredibly handsome, in fact. And the car isn't mine.
You're a rubbish liar. Anyway, I'm going to take it out for a while. I'm only telling you this because you'll just get mom to yell at me if I don't ask your permission to borrow your things.
Debbie, first of all, you're not insured to drive that car, so you can't take it anywhere. Secondly, it's not even my car, so there's no way that I'm letting you drive it even an inch off of the drive.
I know you're just trying to lie to me so that I don't borrow the car, but it's not going to work.
I swear, Debbie, if you touch that car, you'll regret it. You could get into a lot of trouble. I mean it. It's not mine, so you can't just take it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't believe you. So stop with the pathetic excuses, okay? Anyway, I'm going to go and have a fun drive. See ya.
Debbie, where are you? I told you not to take that car anywhere. I can't believe you came into my room and stole the keys for it. Answer me, Debbie.
What do you want?
You better not be texting and driving. Do you know how dangerous that is?
Geez, fine. I'll pull over. Happy? Now, what do you want?
Bring that car back right now.
Why? Worried that everyone will think I look way cooler in it than you do? It's too late for that.
I told you that it's not my car. It's my boyfriend's.
Nice try, but I don't believe you.
Debbie, I'm not joking. That is a very expensive car that you're driving around in, and it's not even mine. For all intents and purposes, you've stolen that car, and the owner of it, my boyfriend, would have every right to call the police for theft or something like that.
Phoebe, you're rubbish at lying. I know you're just trying to get your car back simply because you don't want me driving around in it. Well, that's not going to happen. You can go and tell mom if you want, but there's nothing she can do but yell at me when I get home. For now, though, I'm going to enjoy my time, driving around in a beautiful-looking car and turning as many heads as I can. I've already been approached by at least 5 guys wanting to talk to me about the car and giving me their phone numbers. I'm not going to give that up just because you want to be selfish and not share.
Okay, fine. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Warn me about what?
No. You didn't want to know when I tried to tell you, so I'm not going to bother now. Have fun driving around looking cool, whilst you can.
You're just trying to scare me. Well, it's not going to work.
Uh-huh, sure.
Whatever. Now leave me alone. I'm driving, don't you know? Oh, and I might have scratched the car a little bit, but you don't mind, right? It's not like you can't afford to get it repainted or whatever.
Uh-huh, of course. You have fun. Don't worry about damaging the car or anything. I'm sure everything will work out just fine.
If you think being calm and uncaring is going to get me to bring the car back, you're wrong, you know?
Oh, I know. You won't bring the car back. But it won't be my problem for very much longer.
Huh?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
Phoebe, why didn't you tell me who owned this car? Do you know how much trouble I'm in? This is all your fault.
Oh, hi, Debbie. If you remember correctly, I did tell you that my boyfriend owned the car, not me.
But you didn't tell me that your boyfriend, Max Wright, is the CEO of one of the most successful cooking industries in the world. How do you even know him? How did you meet?
Well, I worked as a waitress at that new, really fancy restaurant that just opened up in town.
Yeah?
Turns out, Max is the owner of it. He was there opening night, being the chef and trying to make sure that things went smoothly. Well, there was a bit of a hiccup at one point. Some dishes got mixed up, and one of the chefs had to go to the hospital because he cut his hand really badly. I told Max, who was stressing, that I was good at cooking. I mean, I've been to culinary school, and this job was just a way to try and break into the industry at a high level. So he asked me to jump in and help out the other chefs. I guess I really impressed him because at the end of the night, he came up to me and we started talking. And, well, the rest is history. Anyway, he asked me to look after the car because it was a birthday gift for his younger brother, who's turning 21 next week.
You could have told me all of this before I took it out. Now I'm in a huge amount of trouble.
I tried, but you just said that I was lying just so that I didn't have to share my car with you.
What? But he's suing me for stealing his car. He's even threatened to get the police involved because I banged it up a bit.
Well, that's your fault.
I thought the car was yours. I was trying to teach you a lesson.
By purposefully wrecking the car that you thought was mine? How selfish and petty can you get?
Look, you're going to have to talk to Max and just explain the whole situation to him, okay? I can't afford to pay what he wants, so just tell him that you said that I could drive it. That way, it'll be your fault, and I won't have to be taken to court.
LOL, that's not happening. How do you think he found out about you driving it to begin with?
You mean, you told him?
Yep. I knew that you'd probably damage the car just to be spiteful to me, so I told Max all about what was happening. Thankfully, he told me that he understood and that it wasn't my fault. He also said that he knows your true character now, so he can avoid any tricks you might try to pull in the future. He also told me that he'd sort the car situation out and not to worry about it. Now I know what he had in mind, and I have to say, it's quite nice to see you finally facing the consequences of your actions for a change.
I can't believe you would purposefully throw me under the bus like this. You are such a horrible sister. You're the one who should be going to court, not me.
Why? I haven't done anything.
Yes, you have. I should be the one with a handsome and rich boyfriend who buys me whatever I want. Instead, you somehow managed to trick one into being with you. You think you're so much better than me? Well, you're not.
Debbie, I've never thought that I'm better than you. I've just gone about my life and found my own happiness my way. You've not worked hard for anything in your life. Instead, you just blame everyone else for all of your problems. Well, this time, there's no one else to blame but yourself. And you're going to have to face the consequences of your actions whether you like it or not. Maybe next time, you'll actually listen to me when I try to tell you not to take something that doesn't belong to you.
Please, Phoebe, just take the fall for this for me.
No, Debbie, it's time you actually acted like an adult instead of a spoiled child.
Ugh, I hate you.
In the end, Max took Debbie to court over the theft and damage of his car. Debbie tried to blame everyone but herself for what had happened, but the judge simply ignored her. He ordered her to pay Max a substantial amount of money in reparations for all of the damages that she had caused to the vehicle. To do this, Debbie had to get a job at a local supermarket, which she wasn't a big fan of, but with no other way to pay Max the money, she had to stick it out. Meanwhile, mine and Max's relationship really took off. We became really close and even moved in together. We're going away this weekend and I really think he might pop the question. I can't wait. At the end of all of this though, I just hope that Debbie has learned her lesson on asking to borrow people's things and accepting that when someone says no, it means no. Boundaries are important to have and important for people to respect. And as long as Debbie doesn't do that, she'll constantly find herself in trouble. Regardless of if it's stealing a car or hurting someone's feelings, boundaries are there for a reason, and hopefully she knows this now.
Jace, I'm going to sleep soon. You're not home yet?
I'm sorry. I'll be back on the last train, so it will take a bit more time. You can go to sleep first.
You said that, but you didn't come home until morning the other day. Are you drinking tonight?
Yeah.
That's been happening a lot lately, and your overtime hours are increasing. Can't you reduce your drinking parties a bit?
I can't help it. There are various social obligations associated with work. There are times when I want to go home, but I can't.
But you don't drink alcohol, do you, Jace?
Even if I can't drink, I have to attend because it's part of my job.
But if you come home in the morning several times a week, you'll ruin your health. You're not that young anymore. I think you should take better care of your health. You already have a lot of overtime.
I'm okay. I know my body best. I'm getting plenty of rest, so it's okay.
If you're taking a rest, I think you should finish your work earlier and sleep comfortably at home.
Are you particularly confrontational today? I'm working hard for you, Claire.
I understand, but you've been sleeping at home less and less lately. I'm worried.
If you're worried, can you not nag me like this? It just adds more stress.
I'm sorry, but Jace, you've not been replying promptly lately, have you? When I can't reach you, I get worried. That you're being forced to drink and have passed out, or that you've had an accident.
You understand because I'm always late lately. You don't need to worry unnecessarily.
But I still worry.
Okay, I'll try to be more in touch from now on. Is that okay?
Well, but I still think you should rest more at home. You often leave the house even on your days off, right? You won't be able to recover.
You're right. Then I'll relax at home on my next day off.
Really? Then I'll make a lot of nutritious food you like.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry. I was harsh even though you were worried about me. I might be tired after all.
It's okay. I know you're working hard. But you need to take better care of yourself. After all, I'm working too. Don't overdo it.
Understood. I'll try to come home as early as possible.
Yeah, be careful coming home. I've prepared the bath for you. Hey, Jace. I was checking our bank account just now. It seems that $210,000 has disappeared from our savings since we got married. Do you know anything about this? If not, I'm going to the police right away.
Sorry, that was me.
I figured. What is this? What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I'll explain later.
What do you mean by later? Where are you now?
I'm outside.
I know that. I mean, where are you and what are you doing? The money seems to have been withdrawn yesterday. Did you possibly use that money for something?
No, that's not it. Well, that's not entirely true.
Please explain right now. Today is a holiday. You can come home, right?
Sorry, I can't come home yet.
So, what on earth are you doing? Please explain properly.
I'm at my parents' house now.
Your parents' house? Why?
Actually, my mom got sick. We need money for her hospitalization and surgery. So I took $210,000 from the account.
What? Your mother got sick? Why didn't you tell me?
Sorry, my mom asked me to keep it a secret, so I couldn't tell you.
But I was getting regular messages from your mother. She was saying that she's doing fine.
She didn't want to worry you, Claire. It seems like it's a disease that can be cured with hospitalization and surgery. Please act as if you didn't hear this.
That's fine, but...
Recently, you were away from home even on holidays, because you were going to your parents' house. I'm really sorry for keeping it a secret.
So that's what it was.
But I think I won't have to go for a while after this time.
Does that mean your mother is going to be hospitalized?
Yeah, that's it.
But don't we need to visit her when she's hospitalized? I think there might be things she wants us to bring. Wouldn't it be better to bring her some supplies?
No, that's fine. I'll do that on weekdays.
You, who are busy with work? Wouldn't it be better if I helped? You have overtime work. You won't be able to visit during visiting hours, right?
No, I can manage. My mother hates to bother others the most, so I have to cooperate with her there.
I know I've only known your mother for about 2 years, but isn't it harsh to call her other people?
Sorry, I misspoke. Anyway, I don't want to bother you, Claire. My mother also says she doesn't want to be a burden.
But I can't just do nothing, can I? Besides, during her hospitalization, wouldn't it be better if we cooperated and took care of your mother's needs?
I appreciate your feelings, but I want to respect my mother's wishes. Well, I've already caused you trouble with the money. I hope you can pretend you don't know.
I'm still not quite convinced. I'm worried. So when you come home, let me hear a little bit more about it.
What specifics? I told you what I know.
I want to hear the name of the disease, the hospital, etc.
What are you going to do with that information?
What do you mean by what are you going to do? Is it okay to ask in case something happens?
Like I said, my mother doesn't want to be known.
I won't tell your mother, you know. I don't see the point in deliberately hiding it.
No, you might feel obligated to ask my mother. I won't tell you.
What's that? Since you used our savings, don't I have the right to ask?
Alright, I'll talk about it later. I'm busy now, so see you later. Claire, sorry to interrupt your work, but I have something important to talk about.
Something important?
I've been made to quit my job.
What?
I'm sorry.
How did that happen?
I was kind of blamed for my boss's mistake.
What's that? So why do you have to quit? That's strange, isn't it?
I know it's strange, but I don't have the power to fight back.
Power to fight back? Well, I see.
I'm really sorry. I'll do the housework from now on. I'll also try to find a new job as soon as possible.
You don't have to.
What? Sure, you're working so we won't be in trouble right away, but I don't want to be dependent on you.
It's not that. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're getting a divorce.
What? Divorce?
Yes.
Why the hell? You're divorcing me because I lost my job? How heartless are you? And don't you know that my mother is also sick and having a hard time?
Don't talk anymore. You're making me mad. I'll stop by to pick up my stuff after work today and leave.
Wait a minute. Are you really going to leave me like this? I'm in pieces and you're just leaving? What about the rent? I'm unemployed.
I don't feel like talking to you right now, so I'm going back to work.
Claire, we'll discuss this when I get home. And I'm not going to accept the divorce. Claire, are you really going to divorce me like this? Please come back.
You said you would contact me when you were ready for a divorce. I'm busy looking for a new home too. I'm currently living in a weekly mansion.
You have to come home. Why don't you come back? You never listen to what I say. As soon as I quit my job, you want a divorce. Am I of no use to you if I can't earn money? You're cold-hearted. How am I supposed to tell my sick mother?
Are you still saying that? You know what? You think I don't know anything?
What?
Didn't you have any clue when I said I wanted to divorce?
What clue? Well, nothing.
You're really shameful for lying to the end. You were having an affair, weren't you?
I wasn't. Why are we talking about an affair?
The $210,000 for your mother's hospitalization and surgery. That's a consolation payment, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
I know everything already. The day you took out $210,000 on your own, the day before I noticed, your mother sent me a picture saying she was traveling.
Huh?
You weren't doing anything for the house. You didn't respond when your mother contacted you. So for about the last year, I've been dealing with your mother.
Is that so? Did you really get a message from Mom?
Yes, I did. And yet, your mother is sick. And it's strange that she's traveling and going home. I asked your mother immediately. She said she wasn't sick.
No, that's not it. My mother is hiding her illness from you. I think you're lying.
You're the one lying, aren't you? I'll only talk with you when my lawyer is present. Your mother also said she would be there. You really did something stupid.
I'm sorry, the illness of my mother is a lie.
Are you finally admitting it?
But I really did lend the money.
To whom?
A friend.
Which friend?
A person you don't know.
Even if I don't know them, will you tell me? And give me their contact information. I want to verify.
No, I don't want to bother them. They're really sick and in the hospital.
Even if they're in the hospital, they should be able to communicate, right? I've lent $210,000 from our savings. I can't trust you if I can't confirm it. You even lied about your mother being sick.
Okay, I understand. I'll tell you later.
When is later? I intend to divorce you now. All that you can do now is to respond to me with sincerity, right?
That's why I said I'll tell you later.
Fine, you've run out of lies, right? You were making up stuff about your mother's hospital and sickness from what you found on the internet. You paid the $210,000 consolation payment to your boss, didn't you? I know that you paid it because you got your boss's wife pregnant and had an affair with her.
Why do you know that?
Because your behavior was strange. I contacted your colleague's wife.
I'm sorry.
You finally admitted it. You've been lying all the time. Do you think there's anyone who wants to live with a man like that?
It's not like that. I was seduced by my boss's wife. I was led astray. I was framed.
Even if you were, by the time you paid the consolation money, you were at fault, right? You were fired not just because of the affair, but also because you were pointed out for using company expenses for personal use. What are you really doing? You're too despicable.
Claire, I'm sorry. I truly regret what I've done this time, but I desperately lied because I didn't want to hurt you. Because the one I truly love is you. It was a lie to protect you.
The reason you lied was not for me, but for yourself, right? Do you remember what you said when I left the house? You blamed me for being heartless and you insulted me terribly, didn't you? Where were you protecting me in that? You just hurt me.
I did say too much at that time, but I was desperate not to break up with you.
You didn't want to break up with me for the money, did you? You paid the consolation money. Your savings decreased and you lost your job. And if you get divorced, there will be a property division and you will lose money, won't you? Ask the people around you who is a cold-hearted one.
I'm sorry. I won't have an affair anymore. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I don't know if I can forgive you, but it would have been better if you had honestly told me everything. But you just kept telling stupid lies to not make yourself the bad guy. I'm really disgusted and speechless. Sorry, but I have zero trust in you. No matter what you say, it's too late now.
People make mistakes, don't they? I just happened to have an affair. I finally understood how serious it is.
Blame yourself for lacking imagination. And don't push the responsibility of your failure onto others. You betrayed me, hurt me with lies. And when I said I wanted a divorce, you were the one who criticized me as if I were the bad guy. I have no intention of getting back together with you.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's too much to apologize for. I'll get back the consolation money for the affair, the property division, and the money you used on your own.
I don't have that kind of money.
Then either take out a loan or choose an installment plan. Well, ask your lawyer for details. I'll be going to the discussion soon, so ask then.
Please, Claire, don't abandon me. It was you who always worried about me, was kind to me, and supported me, wasn't it?
You are the reason why the kind me chose to divorce. The kind wife I used to be isn't here anymore. It's because you turned me heartless. After that, I had a discussion about divorce with my husband, my lawyer, and my mother-in-law. My husband was grumbling about not wanting the divorce until the end, but during the discussion, he was battered by mother and eventually he gave in, and we were able to divorce. The remaining savings of the couple were taken as compensation and property distribution to me, and the insufficient part will be paid in installments. Since then, my husband has been trying to find another job, but whether the company had been pulling strings, he could not find any job in the same industry and is now doing a completely different job. And the wife of the boss who was the affair partner also decided to divorce, and I heard that my husband was being pressured to remarry by the ex-wife of the boss. However, my husband does not want to remarry, and discussions for the future are still ongoing. I'm not interested in what will happen, but it's all a result of what my husband did. I hope he takes responsibility and behaves like an adult. Since then, I have found a new place to live alone and have started a new life. That being said, for several months up to the divorce, my husband was often not at home, so my life may not have changed much. However, the frustration, anxiety, and despair I felt in my married life are now gone. I have anxiety about whether I can love someone again, but for a while, I'm not going to think about difficult things, and I'm going to take care of myself and live each day. And I plan to have more fun and fulfilling days than my ex-husband.